I changed my hat, and just like that, it's Drunken Owl time. Good evening and welcome to our new home, Jules Maes Saloon in beautiful Georgetown, Seattle, USA. Thank you to Rache Purcell for giving us a new venue for Drunken Owl Theater. Thank you to all of you for quieting the heck down so I can talk. We're going to get started now. Sorry to start late, but that's how it goes sometimes. Thank you very much to Lauren, who's taking care of us. And remember, tip your waitress, et cetera, et cetera. We have some original plays for you. One playwright in residence, one in situ right here, Susie Bailey. Give Susie Bailey a round of applause. I'm going to ask you all night long to give rounds of applause here and there because what the heck, it doesn't hurt that much. We have two playwrights that are not with us, or not here tonight. One is in Tennessee. One is in either New York or LA. I can't remember which, but they might be watching here. If you are, welcome to the 21st century. Thank you, Kevin Harang, for getting us going on the live stream. And so we're going to start with a play that's called Faith and Begorra, written by Susie Bailey. Did I mention that Susie Bailey was right there? Faith and Begorra. So if you're in Faith and Begorra, kindly make your way to the stage. We welcome Jerry Stein. He's first. And Jill Beckerman. Jill Beckerman's right there. There's Jill. Scott Johnson's coming on up. And Sam Farquharson, right there. Sam Farquharson. And so we need to arrange ourselves just a little bit. This is going to be my spot all night long. If you're reading, I'm going to stay here.
Mic check.
Yeah, Scott, put you over here. That makes sense. The two sisters over there. That makes great sense. And Jerry's going to read stage directions. The way we do in Drunken Owl Theater, I ask every month, I ask my group of actors, are you in? Are you out? And some people say yes, and some say no. This month, several people had to cancel. And that's okay, because there's always somebody else that's interested. Jill Beckerman joins us for the first time as a late fill-in. Yay! And so once I know who's going to be around, I know what plays we might be able to do. Of course, this month we're trying to do an Irish theme in honor of St. Paddy's Day. And so Susie Bailey we've read this before in Drunken Owl Theater. This play is, well, I should be quiet and let Jerry take over. Jerry, do your thing.
Faith and Begorra by Suzanne Bailey. Characters. Faith and Begorra are sisters. Both sets of their grandparents came to the United States from Ireland 2 generations ago. Faith is the older sister. She works as a dental hygienist and works behind her grandfather's bar when needed. Begorra, younger sister. She works in the accounting department at a local school district. She also works behind her grandfather's bar when needed. Hob, leprechaun, and old-timer, male of Irish descent. He is a regular at the McCabe Tavern. He is a retired steel mill worker and a secret lover of all Irish poetry. Begorra glumly sits at the counter of her grandfather's bar. Her head is down. Faith enters and sits next to her. An old-timer, a regular, sits at the bar within earshot of the two sisters.
When did you two get here? Faith and Begorra, the prettiest sisters I've ever seen.
Hey, old-timer. Begorra, are you sick? Is that mineral water you're drinking?
A toast.
May the lilt of the Irish laughter light never load. May the mist of Irish magic.
You need a bucket?
She's been real poetic today. Eloquent. Loquacious. I never heard her talk this way before.
You hit your head on something?
Pregnant.
What? That explains the soda. Who's the lucky father?
You won't believe me.
Not Scotty. How many times does it take you to understand what a complete asswipe he is?
Give me some credit.
Hugh Grant.
The actor?
He seems always willing, and she's right fetching.
It's crazy talk.
I wish it had been Hugh Grant.
Was it a drive-by shagging?
A what?
The whole bar doesn't need to know. I think it was a leprechaun.
A what?
She said leprechaun. Are you twisted?
Remember Christmas? The party?
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the dunk tank.
An old man said to me, won't see another one. And then he sang a song, the rare old Mountain Dew. I turned my face away and dreamed about you.
Don't remind me. You were all ossified that night, but I had to work the next morning. Nothing worse than being the sober one at the party.
The worst.
You had a toaster too with me.
Maybe, but not like you all.
So a leprechaun came to the Christmas party.
That sounds like the beginning of a joke.
Remember that short guy that jumped up on the back of the table and did a jig? She danced a jig and sang a song that took my heart away. Crap!
Yeah, I remember him. He bought the bar a round of drinks. He wore those tight red pants. Looked like he came from Sweden. Well, they wear tight red pants in Sweden.
You swore at Thanksgiving you were through with men for at least a year.
This heart that flutters near my heart, my hope in all its riches is. Unhappy when we draw apart and happy between kiss and kiss.
Why are you talking so weird?
It is salve for this old Irish heart.
It's just started coming out of my mouth. I don't even know where it's coming out of.
But that last bit was from a poem by Joyce.
How do you know these things?
A vacuum of need collapsed each hunting heart, but tremendously we held as hawk and prey apart, preserved classic decorum, deployed between talk and art.
That guy died recently. Bang up poet. What was his name? Hamus.
Who? Is there anything you don't know?
How would I know what I don't know?
He said he was a cobbler. I thought it was cute, a cobbler. I mean, who is a cobbler today?
Those leprechauns make shoes for the fairies, always in big demand, because of all the dancing them fairies do.
He was cute and nice. I can't believe you don't remember him. He pinched our booties when we walked by to the bathroom.
Cute and nice, the Dudley duo.
He talked about his parents. He called them fairies, which I thought was rude, to call your own parents fairies. But he said that they threw him out because he was deformed. And then I was sort of curious about, what kind of deformity he might have. He was charming and, well, it was magical.
You had magical sex.
Makes sense. They're magical creatures, them leprechauns.
I'm not daft. I used protection.
Let me guess. The next morning, he mysteriously disappeared.
The next morning, I had a craving for a bowl of Lucky Charms cereal, the kind with the crunchy marshmallows. I don't even like Lucky Charms.
He paid the bar bill with a gold coin.
Gold American Express.
If you do have the seed of a leprechaun in you, you're a blessed lady. We should have a toast.
What butter and whiskey will not cure, there is no cure for. See? See what I mean? Next, I'll be doing a jig across the floor.
Listen, Begora, you had a good time with a sweet-talking foreign guy, you're pregnant, and have weird food cravings. That's it. Do you even remember his name?
But
Nothing bad ever came from a little jig.
once the frolics jig's begun, then hey, for spirit lift and fun. And then with some jig, trust me, I can do a play with my part and dance with all my little heart. The Irish jig. I've been possessed.
Leprechauns are particular about their women. They only look for a lassie with a heart of gold.
This is ridiculous. Next, you're going to tell me you pee rainbows. You pee rainbows?
Suddenly, I know how much money is in everyone's wallet. How could I know that?
If you catch a leprechaun, he has to grant you 3 wishes.
She said he disappeared.
Just because you don't see him doesn't mean he isn't around. Those leprechauns are tricky fellas.
So maybe pregnant is like I've captured part of him, or so to speak.
Then he definitely owe you 3 wishes.
How do I get a hold of him?
Are you going to contact Interpol and ask for a guy named Hob that wears tight red jeans and is magically delicious?
No, but I'm going to ask for child support. I can't afford daycare or nappies or whatever babies need.
Do you love him?
After one night, get serious.
For in a lover's embrace, the moment can be an eternity. The spirit doth receive its full due, and love can be minutes, years, or infinity.
Yeah, we need to find that dirty bastard and have him give you at least one wish, because I, for one, would like you to stop speaking like a drunk, lovesick poetry student.
For each petal on the stramrock that brings your wish your way, good health, good luck, and happiness for today and every day.
It's getting more frequent. We have to do something.
Call for him. The old-fashioned way. A good loud yell.
Ready? Hob! Hob, I need to talk with you, Hob!
I'm here, my sweet
Holy
Begora.
crap!
Sweet Virgin Mary.
May your passions be for me as fiery as the stormy sea. I want no placid crossing. I've been drifting calmly for too long.
You are with babe for sure. No worries, my sweet crumpet. Soon we'll be plump and
What
soft
are you
like.
going to wish for?
You cannot going around doing me rumpy bumpy when get me all knocked up and then vanish. You stink.
Forgive me, my flower. Your beauty intoxicated me and my shillelagh.
Make your wishes, Begora.
I wish I'd never met you at the Christmas party, and I'm not pregnant, and I no longer tinkle rainbows or speak in this weird lyrical Irish poetry way.
Your wish is granted. The night did not happen. No one will be thinking you're touched anymore.
When did you two get here? Faith and Begora, the prettiest sisters I've ever seen.
Hey, old timer.
The end.
Thank you very much. All right, you guys got to exit the stage. A couple years ago at Georgetown Brewery, which figures into most of my stories, I met a guy named Brent Sindelar. And right away, I started thinking, Brett Saberhagen. And we became friends. And ever since, every time I send him an email, I'm typing Senderhoven, Sinderlagen, Suverde, Skanderhoven. But Brent Sindelar is coming to the stage right now. Please welcome him with a round of applause. I met Brett at the Georgetown Brewery drinking free beer and told him what I like to do with theater. And at the time, I was putting together a kids show, which I'm doing right now, as a matter of fact. And he said, "I bet you have a need for some printing. I could handle printing needs." And ever since then, my student shows have had these beautiful, beautiful color programs. And our poster, our flyer, which I think is over on the door here, was printed by Brent, and he is truly one of the angels of the performing arts. Really, just for all that he has given, I'm going to ask you to give him another round of applause. And so Brent said to me, I've got 5 minutes of not poetry, sorry. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? He said, I've got 5 minutes of comedy that I've been thinking about for a long time. And I said, all right, you can come do that on our stage. And I told a joke 2 years ago that it was like Shakespeare in Love, that I owed him a debt. That like he had done this thing for me with printing, and so I had to give him some stage time, and he didn't like the joke. So I'm not doing that.
I only tell
tonight.
jokes. I can't take them.
I'm not doing that joke tonight. But this time around, as we reboot after this pandemic time, he told me he had more material, and it's been really fun to preview. And I'm going to get off the stage and let you listen to Brent.
Thanks for the chance. And Kevin, I'm very sorry to miss your birthday. In hindsight, getting COVID was a pretty dangerous way to avoid having to buy you a gift. But 60 years old, wow. I'm 35, and I already feel like I've hit puberty 2.0 old. It's a lot like going through it the first time. There's some changes. I'm just as horny, but now I'm a lot more tired. I've gotten to the point where I would prefer that sleeping with a woman no longer be a euphemism, because I could do that all night. At 60, do you finally hit menopause? It's been 4 years since I was up on stage last. I'm thankful for that, because it takes me 4 years to write 6 minutes of comedy. So I'll see you in 2052 for the hour-long special. It's been a really terrible time for comedy in the last 2 years, globally and personally. So I do apologize if I have to fall back on some of the baser forms of humor. Sex, politics, school shootings, the classics. So if anybody does clutch their pearls so hard tonight that they break their necklace, I'd be happy to make you a fresh one after the show. There's been some big changes in my life. We will not be acknowledging my beautiful wife this time around. Instead, I would like to thank my many far better looking girlfriends for showing up tonight. My marriage imploded right before the pandemic started. We were trendsetters. And I had to ask myself, does misery actually love company? Yes, it does. I just didn't expect the entire world. So thank you, everyone. I got out of my funk when I realized that the tornado of her life does not get to destroy the trailer park of mine. It really helps. The clouds parted, the sky was blue. So I'm a single parent now occasionally. There's no OSHA standards for that. It just kind of works out to, oh shit, standards. Some things did improve in this time. Many would say our country's administration. I would agree. Although, if I pulled out as well as America did from Afghanistan, I would have a lot of kids. And I don't get to use a drone strike to solve that problem. Although, if our Supreme Court has its way, that might be the only way left to have an abortion in this country. In the beginning of the pandemic, why did everybody make a run on toilet paper? I thought we were all scared shitless. And social movements have been changing. I haven't heard check your privilege in a long time. Which reminds me. Oh, thank God it's still there. I'm sure many of us have been working from home lately. But these Zoom meetings, they just didn't cut it. I'm back in the office now. And it is so much nicer to see my coworkers masturbating during meetings in person again. A suggestion. If you're going to get caught jerking it on a Zoom meeting, don't have a last name that sounds like a verb that means doing exactly that. Yes, I'm talking about old Jeffrey Toobin, a name I hope is not lost to history at this point. We should never forget this man. The word of the year was NFT. I thought it should have been Toobin. My suggested definition, something you all did during the pandemic. Yes, poor Jeffrey. Not Epstein. Fuck that guy. It's a rough time for Jeffries. You're either a bankrupt giraffe getting passed around by private equity guys, a defunct journalist, or a dead pedophile. Speaking of names, not a great time for Karens either. I know one person actually named Karen, and she legitimately fights to get innocent people out of jail. Yes, she would like to see the manager of the criminal justice system. So the next time you're at the grocery store and you see a woman screaming at someone about the difference between arugula and kale, do my friend Karen a favor and just call that woman an asshole. I'm stuck on names. I heard Aziz Ansari had to change his name to, oh geez, I'm sorry. Thank you. Did you know that there are loving parents out there of kids named Brandon? Yeah. And those kids play t-ball. They play softball. They play soccer. And they're screwed because people think they're so clever about this fuck Joe Biden stuff. Kaylin's parents get to say, let's go, Kaylin. Brandon's parents have to wait in the car. Dating in my 30s was never on my to-do list. Yet, now several women are. It's been said, probably only by men, that sex is a lot like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's good. I disagree. I say pizza is a lot like sex. It's only bad when it's overpriced. But I'm having some dating success. It's fun. I had a chance to get a gal some underwear for her birthday. She asked me to. I learned a very important lesson. Just like you shouldn't go grocery shopping when you're hungry, do not go lingerie shopping when you're horny. Metropolitan Market on an empty stomach gets expensive. Actually, it's always expensive. But VictoriaSecret.com on a full nutsack will bankrupt you. Speaking of bankrupt, living on one income now has encouraged me to be more frugal, especially in the kitchen. I would say I'm a real frugal gourmet, but I don't want to be associated with that guy. It's a deep Tacoma cut. I know that anyone here could feed a family of 4 for a week off of a Costco chicken, but I assure you, compared to me, you are all amateurs. After I have squeezed every last salt-laced calorie out of that carcass, I use the leftover bones to put a voodoo curse on my neighbor. That guy's a dick. He deserves it. He once sent me a text that says, "I don't have time for people like you." It's a true story. And I really had to search my soul. And damn it, he's right. I am a person like me. And you all had time for me. And you're way cooler than he is. So I think I'm going to be all right. Thank you.
That was wonderful. The cool factor of Drunken Owl Theater rises when we have comedy on the stage. I can tell you that when you write a joke and when you predict the laugh is going to land there, and it actually happens, it is addictive. It's like a drug. And you had Brent. I am fairly certain you had at least a joke there that landed. No, you had several. You had a ton of jokes that landed, baby. That was really cool. Thank you. All right. I don't have anything to do with this play except I do want to tell the story of how we got this. If Judy, if you're watching, thank you for your wonderful play. Untethered is a play that came to me the year before, the summer before the pandemic. Kate Danley is somebody who came and checked out Drunken Owl and said, "Kevin, I can get you some more plays if you need. I know a few playwrights." Well, she plugged into some national organization which has tens of thousands, 15,000 different members, saying, if you have original plays of 10 minutes in length, send them to Kevin Finney at Drunken Owl Theater. And so as the school year ended, I guess it's 3 years ago, I was deluged by hundreds of plays. And I was like, turn it off, stop, you know? But what a lovely way to start for a teacher, to start summer vacation, read a bunch of plays. And my journal from those days are like, yes, no fucking way, maybe, I don't know. And when I got to Judy Class's play, I was like, yes, this is cool. And we set it up to read it, and it was the one time I missed Drunken Owl Theater. I had to leave town for a death in the family, and it was read in my absence. And so there was a kind of disconnect. It's like, this looks familiar, but I don't remember seeing it. So anyway, this is my first chance to see it in live Drunken Owl Theater. Please welcome back to the stage. Who's doing this? We got Jill coming back, Sam coming back, Jerry coming back to the stage. Come on up and read Untethered. Hey, Jerry, you don't have to hide back there. You can take my stool, baby. All right.
Well, I'm
Let's do this. Untethered, a play in one act by Judy Class. Cast of characters. Jessica, sarcastic and laid back, but capable of being serious and caring. And Haley, in a state of shock, despair, and great pain. Setting, Jessica's apartment. Not a fancy space. There is a chair and a couch. Haley sits, upset, trying to get a hold of herself. Her things are in an overnight bag. Jessica brings her a glass of water from the kitchen off stage.
So it's from a Brita filter. It's kind of room
It's fine,
temperature.
it's
Sorry,
fine.
I didn't have ice. I actually don't really do the ice cube thing.
This is perfect. Thanks.
I'm actually not really into coffee either. You remember from college. There are a couple Diet Cokes in the fridge and half a bottle of wine.
This is exactly what I needed. Just water.
Okay, great.
Jessica, thank you so much
For what?
for taking my call.
Come on, you're kidding.
For saying I could come over, for acting like a friend to me when I've been such a rotten, stinking, lousy excuse for a friend to you.
Please, forget about it. Just relax. It's good to see you.
It was really good to hear your voice on the phone. It was like the first normal, soothing thing that happened all day.
Well, not many people find my voice all that soothing, but hey, I'm glad.
And even having you being sarcastic, making wisecracks, I've missed that. Just hanging out with friends, being silly.
Well, what can I say? These are the jokes. I'm here all week. Try the veal. You want more?
I'm good. I mean, I'm not good. I'm awful. I've just been run over by a truck. I'm dangling off a cliff by a string, and the string is coming apart, but I don't need no more water.
You want to talk about it? Like, walk me through what happened?
Sure.
Or, like,
Yeah. Why not? Steve was in the shower. He'd left his phone on the table and it began to vibrate. He leaves it unlocked. I picked it up. I'm not a snoop. I'm not generally someone who pries into his life. I hate that kind of person. I don't want to be that, but he'd been away so much lately. When I moved in with him, I told him I have a problem with this apartment being on the first floor with those big front windows, and there's a lot of crime in the neighborhood, and it just didn't feel safe to me. And when he's away overnight, he comes home at 2 a.m. He doesn't call.
he does that to you a lot?
Look, he's a creative person. He's on a team of writers. They get a lot of money for what they do. Sometimes they have rewrites and meetings at weird hours.
2 a.m.
I'm saying I didn't want to be that kind of shrill harpy giving him the third degree, saying, where have you been? Why don't you have a 9-to-5 job?
Shrill harpy. Is that something he calls you?
I'm saying I don't want to cling to him and monitor his movements, but he's just been away so much. I picked up the phone and I read the text, the newest one, and then a whole series of obscene texts from this woman. I recognized the name. She's someone he works with. I've tried talking to her at parties. She even asked me for a recipe once. Those texts made it very clear not only that they're having an affair, but that it's an ongoing thing, like not something new. And when he got out of the shower, I lost it.
Okay.
But I mean, I lost it in every sense. I lost my dignity. I lost my sense of proportion. I lost my ability to hear him and talk to him. And I lost my relationship. I threw it all away by freaking out at him.
Why are you angry at yourself for getting angry at this scumbag who was cheating on you?
Because sure, I had a right to be angry, but we could have gotten past this. Maybe we still can or could have if I didn't. I was just so bitter and nasty accusing him. He told me how I'd reduced our relationship to dirt. I'd thrown it away. I was a snoop. I was a 1950s housewife. I disgusted him. He didn't even recognize who I'd become.
Again, he's a dog. He's sleeping around. Sounds like maybe he wanted to get caught. Like he set the whole thing up.
But we can get to someplace better, or we could have.
Haley,
if
listen to yourself. What's happened to you? You used to be like
I know. I don't care. I love him. I can't lose him. That's all that matters. That's all that matters to me. I don't want movement slogans or a pep talk on what I owe myself as a woman. That's worthless. There's me and Steve, or else there's nothing. There's nothing else that matters.
But if you just take a step back.
No, I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself. Choke on it. Go empower yourself. Leave me alone. I'm like an amputee. My arm has been ripped off. Don't tell me to take a step back.
Okay, then.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to shout at you. That's wrong. I'm untethered.
Untethered.
I mean, I'm funny in the head. Like, I'm not quite right. I'm whatever you call it, unhinged. I'm not functioning right now. This can't be happening, except it's happening, and I'm living in a nightmare, and I'm not behaving properly.
Don't sweat it. I'm gonna go get some red wine, if that's okay. Sure, you don't want a glass.
No, Steve and I.
He
don't.
doesn't drink. I know, but you used to drink with the best of them.
I said I'm fine with water. Thanks.
Well, if I'm drinking alone, then why bother with a glass? I'll just swig.
You think I'm ridiculous?
Actually, no. You remind me of me.
When have I ever reminded you of you?
You remind me of me during those 2 years. I lived in Europe, so we didn't have a lot of contact during that time, but I fell in love with this guy. Guillermo was his name. He had a lot of money. We traveled around from city to city. We stayed in hotels. We rented an apartment in Rome for a while. This guy was so hot and so funny and the best sex I've ever had before or since. I don't think I consider that stuff important. We had a fight over something stupid early on, and he turned cold. He said he was cutting me out of his life, and I was terrified. And I thought I lost him. It destroyed me. And then he relented, and he took me back. And it was like the sun came out after this horrible storm.
So you're saying you think Steve's going to take me back?
And we never really talked about it. He just acted like nothing happened, smiling, joking with me, being affectionate. I put it out of my head. I figured I'd live my whole life as an expat. Wherever Guillermo went, I'd have kids. I'd build my life around him. And then he dumped me for good. I got wimpy and pleading, and he threw my pride, and he was cunning, and he was vicious, and he ended all contact. And it was like I couldn't breathe. It was like my life was over, and there was no point without Guillermo. Nothing made sense. Nothing was worth anything. There was no place in the world where I belong.
And now you're going to tell me how you moved on and found you love and are rich, fulfilling.
No, I wish I could tell you that, but no. Never sex that good again. Like I said, very few relationships came that close in terms of somebody smart and interesting who seemed that unusual and special, and that the only time I had lived with someone, the day-to-day routine, that sleepy comfort, being able to say, "Hi, honey, I'm home," and feeling like I was home in this alien city, I haven't had anything like that.
Well, thank you, Jessica, for this uplifting story. That was really inspiring. It really gives me hope in a moment of darkness.
Well, you said you didn't want a pep talk.
Go to hell.
But over time, I realized that the intensity of it, the way I imprinted on him like a baby duck, maybe wasn't good for me. And I was able over time to get a little distance and admit that he fought dirty in some ways. And he used me, and I pretended not to notice and made myself over to what he wanted me to be. And I lost sight of who I was.
And if he called you up right now, you wouldn't go back with him?
I don't, for years afterward, yeah, I would have. I would have, knowing he was a douche, knowing that wasn't the trust there. And he'd use me and discard me again. And now I don't think I would.
I think you're lying for yourself and for me.
I don't think I am. I have a big mouth. I'd call him on his crap now. I'd want to talk through everything that happened. Like, Guillermo doesn't do that. He's not willing to talk things out. Honestly, in any language, I don't understand his MO. And so being home with him wouldn't feel like being home anymore. I don't even think the sex would be that good.
So you're saying I should just learn to feel good about being lonely and miserable. That's the new normal.
No, not exactly. I'm saying that this feeling like you can't breathe, that there's no point to life without him, some of that will get better. You'll get distance,
And there's still a chance that he could want me back.
Sure, but I wouldn't plan around that. And I say that as someone who blew months and years planning around that kind of thing. You're secretly thinking that you'll plan around it and not let me know, and that's fine, but try thinking that a watched pot never boils. So you won't watch that pot. You'll remember when you used to write. Do you still write?
I haven't been.
For how long? Since you've been with him?
I don't want Steve to think I'm using him to build a writing career. I had these amateur projects, so what?
Well, I've seen your webisodes you used to make. I even had a cameo in one of them, if you recall. I thought they were smart and funny, and I liked the relationships between the women. They rang true.
They were improv, mostly.
Okay, but you have an ear for dialogue, and you set up lifelike situations. I've watched his shows. When you first got together with him, I was happy for you. I wanted you to find a good guy. I wanted us all to be friends. I tried to like his show. I tried so hard, I almost herniated something. I don't like his scripts. I don't like his characters.
Well, you got to understand.
Do you like them?
It's not some underground alternative thing. There's a way of doing
Why
TV.
is he writing in the voice of women and girls and he never gets it right? Why didn't he ever ask you what you'd say or how you'd handle the situation?
That's not how it works. It's not.
Why is every strong older woman on that show a bitch? Why are women constantly competing with each other? Why can't they ever be friends and take care of each other?
Why are you attacking
I'm
him?
saying finally what I think, honestly. And I'm asking you what you think. Honestly, does that show seem like real life to you?
It's television.
I didn't think so. So you don't respect his work. He sabotaged yours. He made you over in various ways. He made you live somewhere you don't feel safe. He stayed out till 2 a.m. He screwed around.
All right.
And with distance, those things will start to matter less. More. And you might even say good riddance to bad rubbish. That's what I'm saying. And if you don't watch the pot boil, if you reconnect with your friends and start making webisodes again, maybe that will help you stop hurting. Because I'm not the only friend Steve made you lose touch with. Am I? It's a statement, not a question. We do compare notes.
You all trash talk me and Steve?
We worry about you, and I don't give a rat's ass about Steve. I've seen him be charming, and he can be theatrically proud of you in public and good to you. I've also seen that he can be douchey in subtle ways. Again, it's not just me. It's Abigail. It's Kayla. He feels threatened by you having old friends from college, women friends who you can joke and be sarcastic with. Like you said, or Chris. Steve is homophobic. Or whatever his problem is with your gay friends. And so he's cut you off from us and left you with nothing.
Not nothing. We go to parties. We meet couples in restaurants. We throw parties sometimes.
Where you talk to this skank who asked you for the recipe. And meanwhile, there are funny, scruffy people you have history with who love you.
Look, you guys all like to go out for Asian food, Thai food. That's your favorite.
Yours too.
Well, Steve doesn't like it, and he didn't really hit it off with any of you. And I know I've been bad.
You're not bad. You're in love. But we've met him, and we've seen him attack your sense of self in these little ways. And we're your community. We're your peeps where we used to be. And we felt like we'd lost you to the Hare Krishnas. We didn't know if we'd lost you forever or if we should just stage an intervention or what. But you're here now. Are you spending the night at my place? This couch contains a fold-out bed, not too bony. I haven't had rave reviews, but people say it's okay. And I've got clean sheets.
I was going to stay at a hotel.
Well, stay here and save money and let me call everybody up and see if they're free. They can come over and we'll celebrate you becoming untethered. We'll order some Thai food and here, have some red wine.
Jessica.
I know. Steve doesn't drink and you're secretly planning to go back with him. But if he takes you back, you can write us all off again and we won't tell you that you had red wine or Thai food. Seriously, take a pull from the bottle. It'll do you good.
Haley takes the bottle. Jessica gets out her cell phone, punches in a number.
And just think, if he doesn't take you back, you can wear high heels again. You don't have to worry about how short he is. Chris? Hey there. What are you up to? Great news. Haley is a free woman, either temporarily or permanently. I'm going to try to talk her into coming home to us for good. Seriously. So come over for dinner. I'm ordering from Lemongrass House. Pad Thai, chicken curry, basil duck. Yes, an industrial-sized vat of Tom Yum Goong for everyone. What else should I get?
Get that spicy glazed fish.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yes, the spicy glazed fish with chili tamarind. And what else?
Lights down. End of play.
So that's not exactly a St. Patty's Day sort of play, but it is the National Women's Month. So that's a wonderful play about women by a woman, a woman playwright. Thank you very much. So next, what about water? I asked for help. What is your name? Julie, you have a future in show business. Thank you very much. I was supposed to tell you about the water station, which is just down this hall. If you want water, there are glasses and pitchers of water set up for you, and the waitress doesn't want to bring you water, so go get it yourself. So my goodness, what have I done with the accurate set list? Olivia, hello. It's Olivia Robinson. Everybody welcome Olivia Robinson to the stage. Olivia is going to drink. Olivia is going to drink. I imagine, I don't know, I don't judge. Olivia is going to read Why I Drink Irish Whiskey, which is a poem by Susie Bailey, our playwright in-house.
Why I drink Irish whiskey. She loves me with her amber glow. Every sip a smooth burn. My girl, Irish whiskey. She's like French kissing a flamethrower. It hurts. The hurt helps. My relationship with her started with an Irishman. A man who smelled like virgin forests after a summer rain, his gilded Irish tongue quoting dead Irish wordsmiths. Any woman, and I mean me, willingly surrendered to his charm. Soon I was hand washing his wool sweaters, baking brown bread, Flayhaven's porridge for breakfast, bacon and boiled cabbage for dinner. Oh, and sweet Kerrygold butter. So worth the tight pants. Sipping whiskey, googly-eyed, glowing in love, we shared secrets and dreams. I told him of my severe allergy to children, how my ex-husbands gave me hives. He told me how his mom made him recite her favorite Irish love poems before bed. That's a bit weird, right? Because I know they had TV. His mom, a bitter, lumpy old toad with strong opinions about twice-married women. One Sunday morning, she called, sharing the amazing news his high school sweetheart was back in the village. By Tuesday, he was back on Irish soil, buying rings and making babies. When lovers and husbands come and go, my girl has my back. A leprechaun knows where his gold lay. My Irish whiskey knows where our razor wire memories play. I want her to cauterize the pain. Her heat moves, whirling in my brain. My ambitious whiskey pulls out her shovel, demands I dig. Gravel flies as I unearth a pothole, then a trench, then a cavern. Spring fed with my rejection and shame. She waltzes me through the dirt, worthless, tarnished, lonely and ugly. She watches me smother on my loathing. I'm lying face down, stranded on the dance floor. One eye scratches open, then the other. Headache, nauseous, parched, barf around the toilet. Resilient like sin, I sit up, find the aspirin, brush your teeth, Self-pity is disgusting. I am not that person. I'm not that person. She shakes, my hand trembles, pushing her back into the cabinet, far back on the top shelf where light can't reach me or harm her.
All right. I now welcome Nora Genster and Elisa Luber to the stage. We're going to have to clear out just a little bit of pathway for the ramp. And so this will take just a moment or two of setup time. Thank you very much, Olivia. Thank you very much, Susie. Give us a couple minutes. What can I do?
Say beautiful.
While we wait for the performers to take the stage, I just want to talk for a moment about what a thrill it is to have the next generation joining us on this sort of thing. Our daughter Delia, Sarah and my daughter Delia played last Drunken Owl. Melina Harang read at the last Drunken Owl, and that's Kevin and Ann's daughter that are here tonight. Kevin's a board member. And Elisa's a board member for Drunken Owl, and Nora's coming to take the stage, have a mother and daughter moment together.
We're pulling down a music stand and we're going to be great.
just about ready. Could you pull this up?
All right. If you could, please, if I could get your attention once more. If you can hear my words, clap once. If you can hear my words, clap twice. If you can hear my words, clap 10 times. Oh, thank you so very much. That's what I do in class all the time. Before we go on to hear Nora and Elisa sing as daughter and mother, I would really appreciate it if we could all swing our attention and our appreciation to Rache Purcell, the owner of this fine establishment, giving us a venue, giving us a chance, a place to do Drunken Owl Theater. All right. That's all I got.
Are these mics on, Kevin?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to pull it a little closer?
All right.
Okay. A big production for a real cute little song. Yeah. Let's see. This is my mother. This is Elisa. And I certainly haven't performed since COVID started. But we've done lots of music nights with Kevin and all of the associated folks. And this is like music night grown up. So this is kind of fun. What is this person's name who wrote this? David Francie wrote this song. It's a very sweet little tune. And we'll go now.
All right. Keep that mic in place.
Long road, dark night, nothing but headlights. I'll see some bright lights when I get home to you. Framed in your doorway with your arms open wide. I'll hold you in my arms and fold you inside. And I want to tell you, come rain or come shine, that I'll always be your love as long as you're mine. Sometimes I wonder what you see in me. Is it someone you're wishing or hoping I'll be? Sometimes I wonder, I can't help myself, but your love goes someplace with somebody else. And I want to tell you, come rain or come shine, that I'll always be your love if you'll always be mine. Sometimes I wonder what you see in me. Just picture you're hoping or wishing I'll be. Sometimes I wonder, I can't help myself, but your love goes someplace with somebody else. And I want to tell you, come rain or come shine, that I'll always be your love if you'll always be mine. Sometimes you wonder what I see in you. Just picture the sun on an ocean of blue. Picture that ocean so deep and so wide. Feel the sun on the water, feel the pull of the tide. And I want to tell you, come rain or come shine, that I'll always be your love if you'll always be mine. And I want to tell you, come rain or come shine, that I'll always be your love if you'll always be mine. Like I said, a short, sweet little song.
Woo-woo.
And so, we come to our final play of the evening, which is When Irish Eyes Are Flirting. come on up if you're part of that. This is a play by Joe Starzyk, and Olivia Robinson acted in this play with Patrick. What's Patrick's last name? Patrick Hogan, who came and has been part of Drunken Owl. And once you're in, you never get out. So Patrick, I think, originally brought this play to us. I don't know if Joe is watching. Maybe he is. Joe, thank you. I love your stuff. I love this play. It's a lot of fun. And so we welcome back Sam Farquharson, Olivia Robinson, Jerry Stein. We have Jill Beckerman reading stage directions. And you could give like one round of applause for all of us at once. We got it.
A pub somewhere in Ireland. Pat Joe is sitting at a table. His friend Dermot enters with 2 fresh glasses of Guinness. Dermot places one on the table in front of Pat Joe. He sits. There are 2 women who are sitting at a nearby table. They stay silent.
Ta.
Sure enough. So, which is it then?
Not sure yet. Thinking about herself. But still deciding.
And what about herself over there?
You mean the one with all the tattoos and the metal bits?
Oh, are those metal bits? I was wondering what the hell that shine was coming from.
She probably has one of them ball gags too.
What the hell is a ball gag?
You know, like my man Ving. What's his name? In Pulp Fiction. Where their rednecks take my man Ving up down into the basement and they put a ball gag in his mouth.
And why would they put a ball gag in his mouth?
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Why do you think? Would you get Netflix for God's sake?
So, it's a no for the metal bits one then.
She's a Yank.
How do you know that?
Tattoos and metal bits? What else could she be?
Sure, and you're right. You know, I hear them Yanks know things.
Things? What kind of things?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I think there's something called Brazilian.
Brazilian? What the hell did you learn about Brazilian?
Well, on BBC One, watching Friends, I understand it's something very sexy.
Well, what do you do with Brazilian? I mean, do you wear it or smoke it or drink it?
Well, I asked me nephew, and well, I'm still not sure.
For fuck's sake, what did he tell you?
Well, he said that although everyone in town has lawns, they don't all mow them the same way.
And what the hell is sexy about lawns? You're an idiot.
So it's herself then?
Yeah, I think she'll be the lucky one.
So is that it then?
What?
Well, I mean, what's our plan?
Our plan?
Yeah, our plan, our modus operandi. You and me, your wingman.
Wingman, is it? Listen up, Top Gun. There's no modus operandi. There's just me classic moves. I don't need no damn wingman.
Jesus, you got classic moves? You're something. What are classic moves?
Just listen, watch, and learn. Yeah, you might be taking notes.
Oh, damn. What a time to be caught without me iPad.
Now, after making a general assessment of the room, I identify the target of me affection, and I give her the look.
Jesus, the look. What the hell is the look?
I muster up all my sexual energies, and I send them through me eyes, sort of telepathic-like.
That's brilliant.
Now, but when do you go talk to herself?
Go talk to herself. Are you daft? Have you learned nothing? I won't be talking to her.
So you're giving up on herself then?
God, you're an idiot. I've sent out the signals. Now just watch. She'll come to me.
The lights dim on Pat, Joe, and Dermot and brighten on the two women, Karen and Donna.
Hey, looks like you have an admirer.
The old guy? Figures. We come all the way to Ireland, and the only person who shows an interest is some old guy with a seizure disorder.
Seizure disorder? Where'd that come from? Did I miss something?
Well, look at that weird face he's making. I figured he was either constipated or about to have a seizure.
Either way, he only has eyes for you.
Wow, aren't I the lucky one? I suppose he settled on us because we're Americans.
Us? No. He's got his eyes set on you.
Yeah, but his wingman needs someone.
Wingman, don't those have expiration dates? Because that one's clearly past it.
So, do you think they figured we're Americans and that's what caught their attention?
Maybe. I mean, they didn't even seem to notice my cousin Siobhan, and she's hot. Do you think they ignored her because she's Irish?
Maybe she just scared them with all her tattoos and piercings.
So I guess they were just looking for two nice pure American girls.
Pure? Don't push it.
Why does he keep staring?
What's happening to his eyebrows?
It might be having a seizure. I don't know, but I've got a great idea.
What?
Let's go talk to them.
Seriously?
Yeah, why not? Guys are always coming to us and saying stupid or inappropriate things. Why don't we go over there and ask them what they're looking at? Or we can at least find out what's up with his eyebrows.
No. I don't know. I'm not going over there.
Come on, don't be a wuss.
It's ridiculous. I'm not going over there.
It'll be really funny. Hey, we can let them buy us a drink. It'll make their night, and they'll give them a story to tell at the pub for years. Remember that time the American girls took us to the pub? Yeah, I think we had it in there.
Okay, that's just gross. It's not even funny.
Come on, one drink.
I can't believe you're letting me talk. I'm letting you talk me into this. Let's go before I change my mind.
The lights go down on the women and up on the Irish men.
Oh, for the shite of it. Look, they're coming over here.
And what did you think would happen? Once I unleash the look, it's inevitable.
Jesus, such power. Oh, it's amazing.
I'm kind of a Nietzschean superhuman.
Wow. I'd like to be a superhero as well.
What you saying?
Well, I'd like the power.
You
I want the power.
You can't handle the power.
Please, Pacho, please.
Too soft-natured for my own good. Now look at me. You've got to summon up all your sexual energies from down here and mix them with the energies from here. Do you follow?
I need to mix me root chakra with me heart chakra. It's very tantric-like, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. Then you shoot it through your eyes like a beam of light.
Like this?
Yeah, actually it is. God, you may have the gift.
Oh, you think?
I do. Let's both turn to look on them and at the same time.
Oh, God, help them.
The lights come on over the women as well. The men start giving the women the look, and the women start to slowly move toward them.
Did you see that?
Wait, what? Wait, are they both having seizures?
This is really getting weird. Maybe they're part of some strange cult.
A dancing eyebrows, straining face cult?
I don't know, but it's freaking me out.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. You know, I don't think a free drink is worth it.
Finally, you're making sense. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, there is a bar up the road.
The two women turn and leave.
Oh, what happened? They're leaving.
I was afraid of that.
Afraid of what?
My own power is so strong that women can barely stand it. Once we combined your powers with my own overwhelming ones, it was too much for them. They either both finished before we started, if you catch my meaning, or they were overcome with our powers. It's like staring straight into the beams of a white-hot sun. I shouldn't be surprised if they're both passed out in the street just now.
No. That's usually how I meet women.
Not anymore. Not now that you have the power of the look.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, maybe I'll pick out 2 more for us to use the look on.
Fair play to you. I'll go get us 1 more for the road. After all, I can't fly on 1 wing, eh? Wingman?
Wingman.
Dermot sits smiling. Donna re-enters. She left her purse and goes to retrieve it. Dermot sees her re-enter and sits staring in stunned silence. She sees this as she turns. She pauses and smiles. Dermot shakes off his trance and gives her the look. She shakes her head disgustedly and walks out. The lights go down. The play is over.
One of my great hopes and goals with Drunken Owl Theater is that we will actually produce a play. And in my original thought, it was going to be a full-length play, but maybe we'll start with producing a 10-minute play. That's a play that we could actually produce. We could put it all together. So Judith came to a Drunken Owl Theater performance, and she was there to hear a friend read his book, and we chatted, and she said that she'd written some poetry, and I said, would you like to share some poetry with us sometime? And she became a member of the company. And as I said, it's like the mafia. Once you're in, you never get out. So Judith had a couple of poems that I remembered from St. Patrick's Day themed Drunken Owl a few years ago. I think it's 3 years ago now. And I asked her if she would do this, and she said, sure. We have rehearsals at our home in West Seattle. We typically do a couple of rehearsals before the performance. It's a pretty easygoing commitment. And Judith came over, it was just Sunday, 2 days ago, right? Today's Tuesday. 2 days ago. She was the first one there. And she chose to park down near in the area that's almost flat. Keyword almost. And came up to the house, and I opened the door and I say, hello, how are you? And she said, I'm in a panic. I forgot to set the emergency brake, and my car has rolled this way. So that was going to be our rehearsal on Sunday, and we actually had a rehearsal happening on Sunday. I said to Judith, promise me that you will write a poem about this. I suggest the title could be Ode to a Parking Brake, but that's just me. But Judith got her car. We had a couple hours of talks with different towing companies, and eventually her car was picked up off of the hill before terrible disaster happened, and she was able to drive home and take care of her grandbabies. And so it's not exactly all's well that ends well, but it could have been a heck of a lot worse. And so Judith is going to come up and read a couple of poems. Would you please welcome Judith Kamen to the stage? And I'm helping. That's why I'm going to stay here. You starting with Full House? Yeah, of course. Step on the bass and pull.
I don't know how to pull a parking brake.
Simple machines. That's all we're talking.
We'll figure that out next. That's you, Sarah.
Use that mic.
Oh, use this mic?
Yeah.
Actually, that other one's more live. That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah says this one.
Thank you, dear.
I love you so much. What would I do without your help? Speak into the mic and
Is
say,
that better,
"Test."
Sarah? Does that work?
Does this meet with your approval? I can't even hear it. Is this one live?
Oh, yeah, I can't.
This one, there we go.
Ah,
All right, more live,
Okay.
live.
thanks, Kevin.
All right.
And thank you, Sarah. Sarah was so gracious. She brought me out minestrone soup and a coat and a hat as I was waiting for tow trucks. It was so I have 2 poems tonight. Full House. I live with the one-eyed Jack, whose rules and twist through his hands. Full house of royal secrets. His grip tightens, drains, restrains, regains, and he beats me. He beats me to the door at his royal house of hide and seek. He beats me at his game. Pick a hand to learn the secret. He beats me up the stairs after the royal secret masking of Jack the Knife, Jack the Ripper. Jack in the Box goes up the beanstalk. Jack beats Jill up his hill. Tora, Laura, Laura, Tora, Lorelei. Tora, Laura, Laura, hush, now don't you cry. A waxen moon sends arrows of sunlight across the poppies from a burnt lavender sky, while in the not so far off distance, left of the whippoorwills, another feckless whore on cracked and stained gossamer wings is self-consoled in a faded lullaby our mama used to sing to us from a darkened doorway.
Tura lura lura, tura lura lai, tura lura lura, it's an Irish lullaby.
Thank you, Kevin. A verse of wonder and question. If I write a poem, a long poem, an epic poem, a verse of wonder and question, and if it is published without compensation, 1 poem per page, 1 self-composed third-person bio, no photo attached, in a hardback themed anthology with a theme of forgotten, and you find it 3 years later, the hardback themed anthology with the theme of forgotten, on a Crockhaven holiday at the proverbial seaside bookstore, front window festooned with seashells, mirrors tangled in lobster traps, sand dollars no longer serving their purpose, only to collect dust before dropping, shattering at a young child's feet. Would you buy it? The hardback themed anthology? Would you gift it to a sick mucker, your mother-in-law, a retiring colleague at his farewell party held at the local pub, where he likes an extra dry stout with a rich foamy head? Would you wrap your gift in polka dot paper, green and gold bound with self-curling ribbon? A rhyming good luck card no one reads. But first, would you read the hardback themed anthology in your backyard? With the whiskey neat on a rattan rockin', its florals, chintz cushions competing madly with your fierce spring garden. Would you read the pages front to back, or just the table of contents? Pick 1 poem to read, the title strangely familiar. Then, the following summer at a regional arts festival, would you sit on a folding white chair, middle row, inside aisle, and hear me read it. My poem, the one you first read in your fierce spring garden. And remember, and approach me at the close of the evening while I sip dry mead from a single serving sweaty bottle, and say that you liked it, my reading and my poem, which you knew from a book picked up on a long ago holiday. Then what would you do if I were in scarlet with wonder that briny love letter written just for you had finally arrived at its destination?
And I maintain one part of the beauty, one part of the wonder of Drunken Owl is that with every artist who participates, our cool factor ratchets up that much higher. I think Judith's poetry is beautiful, and I really appreciate, Judith, you bringing your work to us. Thank you. So during the pandemic, the Harang family hosted a party. It was something about sunshine on the lawn. I can't remember exactly. And they had the shed. Say it again. Sunshine Manifest. And so at that time, I got to sing a little bit, and I got to listen to some really cool music by the Shed Boys. They're here tonight. You'll hear some more. And I met Sam Farquharson, who was there to play fiddle, and Kevin Harang over there, who's doing our live stream. That wave to us, Kevin. Kevin was kind of in charge of the musical end of things, and so I met Sam and got to sing a little bit and play. And as we parted that day, she had let it be known that she was looking for some more musical activity. And I said, Sam, it's nice to meet you. I hope you get to play music a lot more. And she said, I do too. And I come to learn that out of that day where she met the guys in the Shed Boys, that she has joined the band, which is problematic because they're called the Shed Boys. But that's not our problem. But so then Sam has joined us to read at the previous the previous Drunken Owl for my birthday celebration, and she's here tonight, and she's going to back me up as I close the show with a song called "The Wind That Shakes the Barley." Please welcome back to the stage Sam Farquharson. Where are you, Sam? I hear you. So we're just going to do Wind That Shakes the Barley. Save the other two for the jam. Yep. I'm not so sure, but my lovely wife is. So this tune, somebody, when we were newly married, Sarah and I, somebody gave us a disc, a CD from Dead Can Dance. Had never heard of them before. And it had this tune, The Wind That Shakes the Barley. I don't think Dead Can Dance wrote the tune. I think it's a traditional Irish tune. But man, it speaks to me. Me with my Irish heritage, me with my pacifist leanings, and yet the fire of wanting to fight against the lack of justice. All right, go. Go. I'm talking too much. I sat me in the valley green, I sat me with my true love. My sad heart drove the two between the old love and the new love. The old for her, the new that made me think of Ireland dearly. While soft the wind blew down the glen and shook the golden barley. 'Twas hard the woeful words to frame, to break the ties that bound us, but harder still to bear the shame of foreign chains around us. And so I said, the mountain glen I'll meet on Monaghan, and I'll join the bold united men, while soft winds shook the barley. Was sad I brushed away her tears, my fond arm round her flinging, when a foeman's shot burst on our ears, from out the wild woods ringing. A bullet pierced my true love's side, in life's young spring so early, and on my breast in blood she died, while soft winds shook the barley. But blood for blood without regret, I've ta'en it to a lark's holler. I've lain my true love's clay-like corpse, where I full soon must follow. Around her grave I wandered drear, noon, night, and morning early, with aching heart whene'er I hear the winds that shake the barley. Thank you very much. And so our goal was to finish a tad earlier than last time and allow us some time to jam. And I aimed to be done by 8:30, but we got started a bit late, and it's 8:40, and now comes the music jam. If you brought something to play, you should make your way to the stage. And we have the Shed Boys in the back of the room, and we've got Sam in the front of the room, and Sam's going to play and going to draw some musicians to the stage.
Oh wait, am I just playing without you? Aren't you singing? With these guys? Do you want to do those other two tunes? I'm gonna gather the boys of the Shed Boys.
I don't think everybody knows.
You guys. Oh, I didn't get your Jake. Can I?
For you to chance. Hey. I think throw it down there. Maybe off to that side. What's that? What's that? God rest ye merry gentlemen.
I know. I just
It's just the slides. You just don't recognize me on the stage. What's that? I'm gonna stand with you guys. Well, we're setting up the cameras. Chairs and stools and all that crap. Where is everybody?
Check, check.
Guess they're live.
There it is.
So Sam,
Um,
we're gonna do the first verse slow, and then we'll wrap it up before we do the chorus. What are we doing?
Which one?
We're gonna do lead shot. I'm gonna do the first verse like Irish and slow, and then we're gonna go. Whatever the first verse, and then you go.
All right, here's a nice Irish tune for y'all.
Well, I've been a moonshiner for many a year. I spend all my money on whiskey and beer. I go up some holler, put up my steel. I'll sell you 1 gallon for a $2 bill. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler.
And if you don't like me, then leave me alone.
I eat when I'm hungry,
I drink when I'm tired. Yeah, the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I
I go to some grocery shopping with my friends. No woman to follow and see what I spend. God bless those pretty women, wish they was mine. Oh, their kisses as sweet as a good old moonshine.
A rambler, a gambler, a long way from home. And if you don't like me, then leave me alone. I eat when I'm hungry, I drink when I'm tired. If you try to kill me, I'll live till I die.
Or work out too lazy, beginnings too slow. Train robbing's too dangerous, so camping I'll go. This life is a beat, I ain't worth a damn.
A rambler, a gambler, a long way from home. And if I die. If the moonshine don't kill me, I'll live till I die. Thank you very much.
This is a jam, yo.
Where's the band? Where's the jam?
Where's the fight?
We only know like 2 songs.
We came in hot, so.
So yeah, that was an Irish song. We didn't really play it all that Irish, but the checklist. What are you doing? What are you doing, Sam? You breaking things again?
All right, Sam. Microphones everywhere. Yeah, we need everybody up here. Oh yeah,
Of course.
Yes.
It's a jam.
There's stools up here, so if anybody wants to come up and chill. Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. For sure.
We know all the songs.
Also, if you tell us the key, we could probably figure it out.
It's a dime, man, because everybody needs to warm up. Mostly me.
No, speak for yourself. I ain't got to warm up.
Where's the Spoon Man?
Spoon Man.
Hey, if you guys can't hear us or hear us too much, can you just tell us? Because we didn't check the
Oh,
sound.
they got a sound guy, Sam.
You're good?
He's got all of it.
My guy.
It's not about us.
Let's get on
Maybe a
it.
little bit.
All right, come on up, man.
I mean, only
Is
if
your
you
name
want to be
Otis?
here. Do you want to be here? Let's get this. Let's get this.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's see.
So I think we're good.
This is in this. What's your name? Charlie. Charlie. This is in D. 2, 3.
So long, been since you've been gone. I'm a dying man, I'm a dying man. Don't tell a dying man, never man shoot him down. Ain't it good to tell a dying man, never man shoot him down. All my friends and relatives are telling me, come around, come around, come around. No more. Since the day you left this earth, can't keep a job, can't keep a job. Well, since the day you left this earth, can't keep a job, can't keep a job. The people down at the HC telling me, come around, come around, come around. No more. So long, baby, since you've been gone. I'm a dying man, I'm a dying man. Don't tell a dying man, never man shoot him down. Ain't it good to tell a dying man, never man shoot him down. All my friends and relatives telling me, come around, come around, come around. So long, baby, since you've been gone. I'm a dying man, I'm a dying man. I'm a dying man. I'm a dying man. All right.
Charlie on the spoon.
Yeah.
Wow. All I can say is wow.
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 Thank you.
All right. We'll just do a little more Cajun.
We do some Cajun songs. What do? We do, what do we work up?
Goodbye, Joe.
Here I go. Here I
Let's do Little Maggie and then make it kind of Cajun. Little Maggie. This one's an A. A. Okay. All right, Sam.
Or yonder stands little Maggie with that red glass in her hand. She's drinking away her trouble and courting some other man. Pretty flowers was meant for bloom. Pretty stars was made to shine. Pretty women made for loving. Little Maggie was made for mine. Tell me, how can I ever stand you? Just to see those two blue eyes. They're shining in the moonlight like diamonds in the sky. You're so pretty. Sometimes I have me a nickel. Sometimes I have a dime. Sometimes I have $10 just to buy little Maggie some wine. Lay down your lots cold darling. Lay down your watch and chain. Little Maggie gonna dance for that. Listen to Charlie's spoon ring. Oh, the last time I saw little Maggie, Shirley, she was standing on the banks of the sea. And a 40 was strapped around her, and a fiddle on her knee. Go away from me. Little baby, I do the best I can. I find me another woman. You can find you some other man.
All right, see? That's what we call jamming.
We don't know what's going to happen next.
Well, Nora said.
Is there anybody else who wants to join? Nora, do you have a song you want to do? Joe, do we know Jolene?
Who can sing?
We got a singer right here.
What key do you like for that? Okay.
What's the next chord, Nora?
This over here.
What's the second chord? It's pretty simple.
It's just three chords. What's
We're learning the song. And then there's that. How do the verses go?
A to C to G.
I think it's pretty basically all it is. We'll just
And
take it
around
from
the end is AGA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So our apologies to Dolly. It's the band, not Nora.
Okay, that's fine. Hello. Okay. This is by the seat of our pants. About the flying by them. Okay.
What's the tempo? Maybe a little fast.
Do you like that tempo?
Yeah, that's good.
A minor.
Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair, ivory skin, and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is like a summer rain. I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep, there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name. Jolene, and I could easily understand. You could easily steal my man, but you don't know what he means to me. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. You could have your choice of men. I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you. And whatever you decide to do, Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Please don't take him just because you can. Please don't take him just because you can.
All right.
Cheers. Cheers for that. Lads.
No kidding. Shed boy karaoke here.